Yondi sonje kuno nyamna yon kaje sonje kune laben bon dawa lama lama suvande dasubre lama jura nelo dobe lo je warando kunda
Please lift your leg. You can't get past you.
Zimba daba dam yender ye namo ya la ye de do lo do no ji ki pum da do me kunje da lo
Mindu. Sentient beings facing an ocean of suffering, that all of them without any exception may recognize or realize the true state of Buddhahood. For this purpose, I am here for these meditation teachings. Electrical tape in the drawer tomorrow.
Yeah.
Natsu tata demozogiri. Tata mishilola tutumio. Kopatanchi. Tet kaletani demoni. I have no tape in my jola. Anyone by chance have electrical tape in their jola? You know, Lagpanajana? Nayando, you're in charge of holding this.
Okay.
See if it works. Rinpoche? No. Oi, no.
Hello.
Karmachi. Tape Govindu. Tata Dromason. Dini le Drogro. Rinpoche?
Yes, it's working.
Oi. Okay. You.
Well, the trouble is...
No, you can't. Come this way. You guard this, that it doesn't come apart. This is your job. Tadigiri. You are electrical tape today. For the sake of all beings. Kupar pingine. Lagpajako. Digre Rinpoche Kapadro? Yeah. Thank you. With the body here and the mind wandering around outside, this is not useful. But if you try to hold your mind still with tension, grasping it inside, this is also not going to work for you. So to begin this, the most important beginning is that you utterly relax your mind. Then, first of all, leave your mind in a relaxed state. You need to really understand this. When you leave your mind in a relaxed state, which is innately the state of primordial wisdom, utterly natural, you are actually doing nothing to the mind, making nothing out of the mind. So the natural luminosity of primordial wisdom, which is innate and natural to all life, can be recognized. The natural state of your mind is luminous clarity. You see, this luminous clarity, it is innate to us, to our natural mind. This is the primordial wisdom of luminous clarity. This is the essence of all the teachings of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. So, the mind itself, you see, there is nothing to it. It has neither color, nor shape, nor structure, nor characteristic. Its natural state is that of infinite, bright clarity. This is in the words of the Buddha, what is said. You have mind, you know you have mind. The nature of your mind is, when not adulterated by thought, this natural state. Our real mind, the nature of our real mind, when not obscured by what we're thinking about it, is this luminous clarity, this clear light nature. This is natural. When we say clear light, what we mean? Look, the sun is outside, but you see the light in here, you can see by it, yet it is utterly transparent. So the trick to this process is not to try hard, not to try to force your mind into that state. You can't. It is not a constriction. But to rather relax your mind into that utterly natural state, which is innate to all life. So to not do anything with mind itself, without being either distracted by all the external and internal phenomenon of mind, nor to be distracted by all the internal arising thoughts of mind. When you leave it as it is, which is beyond concept or thought, if you would learn to meditate, this is the first point that must be utterly clear to you, is how to enter into this relaxed state. Leave mind naturally as it is. Do nothing whatsoever to it. And so then, as they arise, the different experiences of bliss, clarity, and thought-free states, do not attach to them. These are simply mind-made meditative experiences. Those who do not meditate do not have them. They arise in meditation. So when you leave your mind in its natural state, beyond the constructions of mental formations, there will arise to you all these different meditative experiences. And if you want to get past these, to get over these meditative experiences, if you want to see the naked awareness devoid of the cocoon of its creations, naked awareness as it is, without embroidery, without what you think it should be. What I mean by naked? Without clothes on. That's naked. Naked awareness we're talking about here. Naked awareness without your mental formations or constructions covering it. Mind in its natural seat. Without the distractions of external and internal phenomenon. Just in its natural naked awareness, in its natural state. In this state, your awareness will be slightly obscured by the experience of having experiences. This will get in the way of your meditation. So quickly, Strike with.
Peg your goes on the peg.
The seed syllable pet.
Peg the texture of
Hit it with pet. Letter pa of method.
The peg jobs.
Hit it with pet.
Peg jobs.
Having struck with pet, you've broken through the subtle mental formations. You see, what you think is natural state obscures what is natural state. This is what you must break. It is extremely important to cut through mind-made meditations using this tool of the seed syllable pet. Forceful, short, and sharp it must be. Any old pet won't work. Fierce it must be. Short it must be. Sudden it must be. This is the pet which you must use to cut through your created meditation. You must cut through what you have made of a meditation. So strike with this pet. Having struck with it, then be looking at your mind in that moment. A little wimpy pay like that won't help. That won't cut through any thought patterns. Fierce, sudden, short it must be. Do it like that. Having done so, be looking at your mind. On looking at your mind in that moment, it will be free from reference points such as it is this or it is that. For all thises and that's conceptualizations are burst. So when that is burst, you will find yourself in the true non-conceptual presence of liberation. Nothing made of it, nothing whatsoever. Totally blank, totally open. This is how to get past what your mind makes of mind to see mind as it is. There, in that innate emptiness of Dharmakaya, totally open and naked, devoid of any mental constructions about what you think it is. There, totally open and naked, with nothing done to it. This, you will see it as it is in that moment. A naked awakeness transcending all dualism. What this is mind beyond mind. Not mind as you are accustomed to mind, but primordial wisdom itself. The naked primordial wisdom which utterly transcends the idea of is mind or isn't mind. This utter blankness which is completely bright and clear. Look at your own minds as I'm speaking. Look beyond the thoughts at the utter blankness which is naturally there. This awareness which extends everywhere in utter luminescent clarity. This utter luminescent clarity. This awareness. Unborn, undying, neither existing nor non-existing beyond all possible concepts or extremes. This is the natural state of the self-existing innate awakeness. Your own primordially arisen, naturally arisen awakeness, primordial wisdom, which is beyond the reach of all possible mental concepts. Be looking at your own mind while I'm talking. See it while I point it out to you. Look at your own mind. Look at this while I tell you about it. Then this, beyond thoughts and concepts, this indescribable. Put aside all your attempts to describe to yourself what you're seeing. This is the significance of the key point of Dharmakaya. Our basic unconstructed awareness Dharmakaya. This is the mind's innately natural state. The primordially pure awareness just as it is. The mind's unconstructed nature of the path. This is the ultimate view, Tawa. If you recognize this, until exactly this is not recognized, you will not transcend mind-created meditations, and you will be trying to see your own mind and making something out of it. And no matter how hard you try to practice, you will only see your own creations and fantasies. The natural state of the great perfection, that path itself, will be further away from you than the sky is from the earth, and you will miss the vital point of this. But if you recognize this as it is, if you really recognize what is as it is without interfering with it with your fantasies of what you want it to be, this is the vital point. Recognize Dharmakaya awareness. The first important point here is the pointing out of your own innate Dharmakaya awareness. Right now, be looking at your own minds. Emptiness it is. That's Dharmakaya. It's awake, aware. That Dharmakaya itself is awake, aware. So we say Dharmakaya awareness. Look, just that, essence of the view. You need to recognize this perceptually for yourself. Don't think about it. When you've seen this, this is the first word of the 3 words of Gyarabdurji. Until you have recognized this exactly as it is, until you have truly seen the view beyond what you think the view is, then you will have nothing to sustain through meditation except a fantasy and illusion. So you see it as essential to first recognize the view as it is pointed out. So now, right now, look at your minds. When you look there at the thinker, you find no thing at all, do you? And yet it is aware, it is awake, there is a clarity. This is what we're talking about. This is it. Recognize the view. Recognize that this primordial wisdom is innate within you. Recognize what is your own natural state. And do not make something out of it. This is not something new I am giving you. You are having pointed out to you to recognize what has always been present in mind. This is the point. This is the point of view, meditation, and action, is to see clearly this as it is. When I spoke to you of the 3 words previously, the first word is to recognize your own natural point. The second word is to come to rely on it and decide to rely on it. And the third word is the utter certainty of it. So this is the essence of what you meditate on when you meditate. There is no thing there. This is pointing out your own primal nature. The first vital point. Now we speak of meditation. When you meditate, we give an explanation of how to do the practice. When you are sitting on your seat, let yourself rest in this Dharmakaya awareness. There's no other meditation besides being Dharmakaya awareness. This awareness, which is your natural state, simply rests there. Like the flow of a river which is not cut in pieces, this is an ongoing experience, non-experience. At all times and on all occasions, this Dharmakaya awareness is always present. Let your meditation be one of natural resting in the free flow of changing thoughts and unchanging mind. Do not be attached to the stillness beyond thought. Do not try to reject the arising dance of thoughts, movement of thoughts. Do not reject or cling to anything in your practice. Simply leave the mind in its natural state, for that is the innate Dharmakaya awareness. When the mind is not distracted by its doings, primordial awareness shines forth. So whether there is stillness or movement, whether you're having thoughts or you're not having thoughts, these thoughts themselves arise in mind, made of mind, no more real than mind. Your feelings the same. Angers, avarice, jealousy, all the different passions and feelings that you may have. The truth of suffering, sadness, all of these different arising thoughts and feelings arise in your own mind. But if you recognize the Dharmakaya nature in what is arising, then you see that they arise in Dharmakaya, manifesting as Dharmakaya, dispersing in Dharmakaya. If you recognize all of these thoughts and feelings as being just that, whatever arise is good circumstances and bad. Mind's happiness from the good circumstances, and mind's sadness from things like sickness and poverty. These will occur, but if you are not trapped in them, held to them, if you do not slip into the ordinary state of confused dissipation, but recognize them as the free flow of the Dharmakaya awareness. You see, the difference here between meditation and non-meditation is whether you attach to these thoughts and feelings. Look, you will be having thoughts and feelings, all sorts of them. They do occur. It is your attachment and belief in, your grasping of these thoughts and feelings that attach you to the wheel of samsara throughout infinite existence. If you follow them, they will separate you from the teachings. And you will be no different than an ordinary person who does not know this. Like a non-meditator. Therefore, it is necessary to rest yourself without separating yourself from the great natural resting of non-meditation. At all times and on all occasions, going around, sitting around, whatever you do, this at any moment, whether there be stillness or thought occurrence, each different emotion that arises, desire, aversion, greed, avarice, whatever is coming up in the moment, you don't have to antidote each of these emotions with a different antidote, and you don't need to cut through and block off each of these thoughts with another cut. That is not how it's done. Rather, all the feelings, all the thoughts, whatever arises, don't separate one from another. It's not like you're choosing and trying to see which one is real, which one is true, which one is good. Don't do anything to them one by one. That's not the way. You try to pick off all the thoughts and feelings one by one, you'll never get them all. What it is, thoughts and feelings, all of them. Desire, aversion, anger, avarice, thoughts of this, thoughts of that. There is one single remedy that frees all of them. And what this is, recognize the view. Recognize your innate Dharmakaya awareness, as has been pointed out. Rest in the already recognized Dharmakaya awareness. And when you see that, you recognize the Dharmakaya nature of all the arisings. And so all thoughts as they occur, you recognize them for what they are. Dharmakaya itself, recognize this. They were never something other than that. All the thoughts and feelings as they occur and arise, and the Dharmakaya, primordial wisdom, natural state. There is no separation from this. Your thoughts themselves naturally arise as Dharmakaya. And so the mother luminosity of ground is present at all times. The recognition of your own innate essence. The view of the self-aware luminosity of ground that has been pointed out. Your own mind's nature. Your own mind's natural luminous clarity, which is always present. What is pointed out by the teacher, pointing out nature of mind, that luminosity which is natural to you, to recognize it, is called the path luminosity of practice. Thus, to rest in the natural state in which these two luminosities of ground and path cannot be separated, totally indivisible. This utterly natural state is what is meant by let the mother and child luminosity unite. Innate ground of mind always was, always with me, mother luminosity of ground. What is pointed out, the view pointed out by the teacher, child luminosity of path, recognizing them as the same thing, let mother and child luminosity unite. When you remain mindful of this view, beyond words the view, true natural state of mind, recognizing your own innate luminosity, recognizing the luminosity which is in and of mind, recognizing the natural face and resting in the continuity of the innate luminosity. Leave yourself there. This is the key point where you completely refrain from suppressing or cultivating, accepting or rejecting all your likings and dislikings, thoughts and feelings. Don't try to throw the ones you don't like away. Don't try to grasp onto the ones you do like. All your emotions and thoughts arising, every one of them, rest in the natural state of inexpressible awareness. Leave them in their natural state manifestation of awareness. Mind is beyond word and concept. Leave the arising thoughts which are made of nothing other than mind as mind, natural luminosity arising and vanishing. This awareness which is pointed out, Dharmakaya awareness, you. Leave it all in its natural state of awareness. So as you begin to do this, and you want to sustain this continuity for a long time. At first, when you're first practicing, in the beginning, experiences of mind-made meditations arise, and they obscure the natural state of awareness of your mind. These are called nyams, bliss states, thought-free states, clarity states, all the different states that arise. You see, these will obscure the natural and naked face of your innate awareness. They obscure your primordial awareness, for they are mind-made. They cover up what is real. A yogi improves his meditation by destroying it again and again. So anytime you obtain any such thing as a meditation, destroy it quickly. This is where you destroy it quickly with the seed syllable. It's like a mountain stream that falls from rock to rock. The more it falls from rock to rock, the clearer it gets. Its continuity is broken again and again. And this is given as the analogy to the luminous clarity of mind, the direct perception of that, which must be destroyed again and again. Clarity, bliss, stillness, and thinking. Cut through it, get rid of it, you made it up. So if you ask, how may I get through it? How may I cut through my mind's created meditation? When you have these experiences of stillness or bliss or clarity, or you end up with states of innate and natural seeming joyousness, or you get depressed, you should completely disperse these which hide and obscure. The attachment to the experiences you must disperse with a fierce sound of a letter of method and wisdom combined. The tra of wisdom and the pa of method, striking like a fierce thunderbolt pet, thrown hard, cutting knowledge. Let the syllable of knowledge and mean strike hard. Let it cut through your thoughts, your experiences, your mind-made meditations. Whatever kind of experience of meditation you are having, hit it with pet. Break through, break it. These letters of method and wisdom, when you throw them like a thunderbolt, you strike with pet in this way to break your created meditation. Today we have gone much into meditation. To use this method of pet to break through the mind-created meditations. What it is here. When you sit a lot, you get these experiences of meditation. You like them. Sometimes you don't like them, they're depressing. Whichever way it goes, hit it with pet. Use these letters like a thunderbolt to strike. Whatever arises in mind, cut through it. Strike with these letters. We're talking about the seed syllable pet and how it is used. These pets, this is important. This is not the same pet you use in chud. This is not said the way you say it in Poa. This is spelled the same, but you do not use it the same. It is not the same way. This pet, I'll do one for you. I'll show you. See how short that was? That will cut through your created meditation. The fierce pet. Using it like a thunderbolt thrown from the sky. You know, when lightning strikes the ground, it'll break whatever it strikes. It'll kill a living being if it strikes them. It'll break a tree or a rock if it strikes it. This is your analogy of how the pet should be, its forcefulness. Like a lightning bolt thrown from the sky with this power. For you must break through what your mind has created as a mind-made meditation. This is why I emphasize, and we say again and again, destroy your meditation. Striking with pet. And then just making that noise, this is not all of it. Won't work. You must be looking at your mind in the moment in which you strike. You need to know to do this combination of actions of striking and looking simultaneously. If you know to do it like that, then when you break the mind-made meditation, behind it will be the natural state of awareness, the innate awareness which pervades everywhere, the true view which is not made by mind. Dharmakaya's natural state of awareness, that clarity. This is how you can reach the natural meditation beyond your mind's created attempts at it. So whether you're sitting there in meditation, or you're getting up and walking around, do not separate these from each other in your way of practice. One kind of meditation for sitting on your seat, and another kind of way of being when you're running around. Don't do like that. Let them be the same. No difference between meditation and post-meditation. For meditation is an utterly natural state. There is only difference between the constructed. For this reason, the practice of meditation and the practice of non-meditation outside of session are not different meditations. Meditation in session and meditation when you're going about don't make a difference. There is no difference. No difference between meditational experience and post-meditational experience, for they are not mind-made experience. They are innately natural state. This is where meditation is transformed into the non-meditation of meditation. If you understand this, then your own innately natural primordial wisdom is recognized. And the yoga that continues to flow This meditation, there is not even a hair of meditation to it. Not even the slightest thing to be cultivated or a possibility of being distracted for an instant. You see what happens normally when you get up. You enter into a state of distraction and you start getting caught in your attachment to that distraction, believing it and following it. And Dharmakaya, natural state of Dharmakaya, really as it is, as you continue to deepen your meditation is never meditating nor separated from meditation, and you become inseparable from the natural non-meditation. And this way, when the thoughts arise, and in this way, when the thoughts arise, there is nothing there to distract you. However, if you are a suitable vessel, one of the first timers, then you will understand exactly to the letter what is meant here and be instantly liberated upon hearing. Most people, though, do not quite in the beginning get the truth of the innate awareness of Dharmakaya mind. And therefore it is necessary that they practice over time. So until you have recognized the innate stability of the natural mind, where the awareness settles into its own home, what it is, that which is not distorted, not confused. Until this has naturally occurred for you. You need to practice by meditating. You need to continue to practice by returning your attention to meditation until it matures naturally. This will be much aided by avoiding the distractions of crowded places. You know, if you keep distracting yourself with entertainments and hanging out with friends, you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be all caught up in what everybody's saying to everybody else. And your mind will be seriously distracted from its natural state. Therefore, if you are going to develop your meditation, it is essential to practice giving up these distractions which distract you. It's necessary to make sessions for your meditation. So putting aside your distractions and deciding to sit and meditate is important. However, make no division between sitting and break. When you're meditating, there is no innate separation between sitting on your seat meditating and going about meditating. However, until you are able to mingle the experience of wakefulness with the doings of post-meditation. At first, but at first, if you don't have the sense to make sessions, you'll never be able to get it to pervade after sessions. So it's not like you go around pretending that your sessions and your session breaks are the same. Walking around in your activities and thinking the thought, I am meditating, natural mind, won't work. This won't work or help at all. You'll just stray yourself into dissipation and distraction. You'll just get in your own way with concepts. This maturing of the sessions to extend into non-sessions cannot be forced and must happen naturally. You must permit it rather than make it. So make your sessions. Divide your practice into sessions. If you don't divide your practice into sessions, what you will end up doing is going around trying to hold on to the idea of meditation. And that won't get you anywhere at all. So while dividing your practice into sessions, you will be thinking, if you know how to sit in stillness, but when the thoughts arise, you do not know how to merge them in your meditation. What will happen is you will be hanging on to the idea of a mind-created meditation, and then when you get up in post-session and move around, you will slowly find yourself distracted from it as the thoughts hook into each other. At first, you think you're looking at your mind, and you see your mind as it is. Then, the little thoughts creep in, and eventually one of them is pleasing enough that you follow it. Oh, I'm going here. I'm thinking I'll get that done when I get up. I need to do this and I need to do that. Oh, yes, you think those things. Those are how the mind distracts itself from meditation. Those are the thoughts that we make up in our mind. If you get carried away by your thoughts and your beliefs in your thoughts, if you do not know how to see the innate empty nature of the thoughts as they arise, you will be no different than an ordinary person. You will be carried away by the distractions of conceptual thinking. So at all times and in all situations, you need to continually return your attention to nature of mind rather than think the name of nature of mind. Touch it. Yeah, por ahí. Chitsu chica chita. Chison. Por ahí. We're going to leave it here for today. There's a little bit more of meditation. And then action. Look, when you're meditating, thoughts are going to come up. I'm going to talk more about how to deal with the thoughts tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. Do you understand this teaching? Are you getting it? That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you really get it, then you don't need to ask anything. If you half get it, then you do. If you don't get it at all, then you don't. Let's see what he does. Yes.
Yeah. So, what if you have a nyam or experience nyams that, how can you tell the difference between a nyam and recognizing the nature of mind? Like, what if you have a very, how do you know the difference?
Kandra hakogandu de selwanyami o de gam dempoin. Kandra kako hakoguru. You will know, you will be sure. Because there will be no difference between the stillness of non-thought and the occurrence of thought. In meditation, the clarity of awareness, if you like it, that's an experience, that's a clarity nyam. If there's no thoughts arising, that's a non-thought experience, nyam. When you meditate a lot, that does happen. Sometimes it happens that all your thoughts stop arising. Even you want to get a thought thinking, you can't think it. These experiences arise, but they have beginnings. They come in meditation. They arise, they start. Those are experiences, nyams. But our mind's natural, naked Dharmakaya awareness, there is no seer separate from the seen. Anything that has a beginning that arises in meditation, break it with pet. And then beyond that, what you see, there's nothing to it. Slowly that awareness recognizes itself. You recognize the innate Dharmakaya awareness rather than become it. The word is recognize, implying seeing something that has been always there. That's how you know the difference. Do you understand my answer?
Yes.
Jayla, Tuchichi. Jisa Kashi.
What is it that directs us and focuses us towards the realization of Dharmakaya? It seems that Dharmakaya is the process of Dharmakaya recognizing itself. And so therefore, what is that focus that we experience now?
Natsu Tata. I'm going to try to get this into Tibetan. It's in Inji Think. Natsu Tata Dzogchen Gawayu Riwayure. Ndi Kane Yongendu. De Karire. The liking, the desire, the urge to see natural mind arises in mind itself. It arises as a result of karma from your past lives. Because you have long in past lives wanted to receive these teachings, you've created the karma for the possibility to arise. Bon.
In other Dzogchen instructions, we've been told to lift our eyes up, and I'm wondering if the reason why he instructed us to gaze out at the nose is to encourage the relaxation.
Dzogchen chi kakak morang tupsong mik tokalatago. Kirengi trinalo le mik paule jago. Kaka karije. This is a different teaching. This teaching, you are instructed to sit in the Vajra position, where the eyes follow the line of the nose outward and down. In some teachings, the awareness is compared to the sky. So you set your gaze on the sky. A different teaching. Da jisa mambo ngundu. Suga.
When I calm down my mind, I see white cloud inside, but nothing else except the white cloud. If I want to look more, it's still the white cloud. What is that? The Dharmakaya or it's something?
Moranga jisong, moranga tatagam tserpayeri. Numachitu mason. Morang segundo nga sem fulode, sem kesem ta, nga chamba karpo chikrigre. Di karije. You need to use he says, peyapore. He said, very good.
Dharmakaya? Is this Dharmakaya?
No, you're having a nyam. This is a nyam. But it's very good since you're doing this now, that you are experiencing this nyam. Treat it like any other nyam. Hit it with pet. Some people, when they begin to meditate, they see a color, white or red. They don't see transparent light. This is an experience, a nyam, a meditative experience arising in mind. You see, Dharmakaya, there is nothing to it. When we say Chukku Dharmakaya, Dharmakaya is simply the Sanskrit word. It's not a thing, so it has no characteristics. Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya are the Sanskrit words. Sambhogakaya is the natural awareness, the natural clarity of awareness of mind. Nirmanakaya is Nirmanakaya is the arisings. You see, these three, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, they have separate names, but they're all talking about the same thing. They aren't separate. Suga.
Yeah, Chichi.
Yourself?
In post-meditation, stabilizing, thoughts would arise as they would in sessional meditation. Same, no difference, except will we be using PET as we do in our sitting meditation? How do we destroy mind-made?
Korang jisong, natsu gam dena, namto yungere, nyam yungere, natsu pet jap tukere, tene jitom mele, natsu pandro sondro, tene pet zo gugundo karezo. No, don't use pet except when you're sitting in session. You just start doing it among many people. Start doing pet. They'll think you flipped.
Which is true.
Do not be doing pet around those who have not received these teachings. Where they start having someone going around going pet, pet, they're going to just think they flipped. It's for the kind of experiences that come up while you're sitting in meditation. When you're alone, that's when you should be working with pet. It's not for use when you're going about.
So how does one then?
Tene natsun namtong mombo dang nyamona kayona natsu tunano mele di yongire natsu karizogo. Yeah, that just means that you need to spend more time in sessions until it naturally occurs that these things are not arising out of session. Among?
This question may be answered tomorrow when you talk about the action of the bodhisattva, but I'm wondering about the role of bodhicitta and compassion in this practice.
Changshubsem dang ninchi. De Dzogchen gan na lo kani yongendo. The essence of the emptiness, when you see it as it actually is, the true open-hearted compassion is obviously the same thing. The true bodhisattva mind and the true wisdom awareness of emptiness cannot be separated. This is not the, oh, I see you, poor thing, bodhisattva mind. This is not the thought forms of compassion that one attempts to construct out of mind, but the real thing which arises and cannot help but arise as an aspect of the direct perception of mind, for it is completely natural. From this practice of meditation, the true compassion arises. From the practice of compassion, the true meditation is furthered. They actually, in the end, cannot be separated. Sutta.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I heard this correct yesterday, but I thought I heard you say that meditation is the path of confusion. If that's true, can you explain?
Misunderstanding of the translation. Katsang Kiring Lapsong Gamzo Sopa Hakogi Mena Teni Pingime. Di tetsi lamno sani lap kiret sani sopa. Sopa. Tawagompa sopa. Yesterday what I was saying in Patro Rinpoche's view, meditation and action, the three, that's what I was talking about. That they have to be seen together. In this Dzogchen teaching, the direct recognition of thoughts in their true nature as they arise. To meditate without that is the confusion. So some meditations are different than this. There's two different kinds. See, the word sopa that we're using for the third word of Garab Dorji translates as action, but there are different kinds of action. Yesterday when I was associating the names of the teachers with the nature of the mind, the view is infinite vast expanse. The meditation is light rays of knowledge and love. The action is the action of is the son of the sons of the victorious ones, the action of the bodhisattvas. So I was speaking a little bit differently there. Today it's how to meditate I'm talking to you about. View, meditation, and action. I'm talking about meditation. And I will be teaching you action, which is where your question will be answered at more length. When we say to have absolute confidence in the action, it is recognizing the spontaneous and innate dissolving of thoughts in their moment of creation. It is being able to be aware of that with your awareness at all times. That's what it is. Then what it is there. Those who have not meditated in the past. Yeah? When they practice the paramitas, just by themselves, these outer practices do not lead to complete enlightenment. Like an analogy, a blind man, a man without eyes, can wander for eons without finding his true path. He can't go where he wants to. Without the wisdom of meditation, the sixth paramita, to practice only the first 5 paramitas will not lead you to the full state of enlightenment. They will simply take you along the path. Zogo sani zogo kariga. Natsuni makashi kudrisa latu kiri. Lasso.
I was wondering about the term hetawa.
Hetewa.
Hetawa, is that the sudden sound peh, and then that conceptual awareness cracks through that?
Hetewa sig tanda karije de pejam na tene namtok mele di hetewa yi. The utter blankness of mind is when you have cut through your mental formations. We say hetewa, unboundaried hetewa, where the awareness is without a single boundary or constriction. Everyone, their natural state of awareness is this which is indescribable. Dharmakaya awareness it is. Recognize your own innate Dharmakaya awareness. This is speaking of the view. Tata? Shuma. For the rest of the questions, there will be days for questions. This will continue for a week. There will be time for you. Because if you really do the practice, questions will arise. So this is enough questions for today, but we will do more tomorrow and the day after and like that.